Wait. Wait. That might be working now. I have no idea. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to another live stream. Still having some tech issues. Um, I might as well just talk about them right now as I'm getting things situated. So, basically, it seems that I got a router, I got a new one, and that new router doesn't work. Something's going on, and we're gonna have like a technician come in. I'm switching companies. I'm I kind of want to make a video exposing these big corporations because a lot of these big corporations, you know, once they get a lot of money, they change and they just want power. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why they treat people a bit, they don't treat their customers good. They don't really care anymore, you know. Um, Definitely, I feel like a whole video I could talk about literally. But besides that, of course, I'm so appreciative for everyone being in here. I'm sure it's laggy. I'm sure it's like not the best, but it is what it is. We're doing our best right now. Um, so yeah, things are definitely gonna get back to normal. Um, Yeah, I'm still working on that nervous system course. The most frustrating thing is I'm making videos and I can't upload them. So I'm gonna have to just do the best I can and really keep you guys updated. At the end of the day, a live stream is good enough. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. By the way, I'm so appreciative for everyone being in here. How is everybody doing? What's everybody been up to? Looks like it is better today though. It looks so much better today. Um, Yeah, yeah. So we were working on the nervous system course, and I feel like my first video was massive. That it was great. So the second video, I plan on it will pretty much be about something about the signs of it being dysregulated and things like that. Um, Definitely got some videos to make there. And right now, of course, we have a lot of things going on. So let's get into this so-called data. So as you could tell, um, it is very, very intense and whatnot. Our magnetic field is getting blasted right now. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hopefully, it is performing well. And if you guys did not know, the sun right now is going bananas. I gotta show you guys a picture of this right now. A lot of people aren't really talking about this, but this is what the sun looks like right now. This black spot you're seeing right here, this is a coronal hole in the sun. This is like the sun technically cooling down in temperature, and this is where plasma escapes from the sun and hits us. So if you've been having some tech issues, like I've been having some serious tech issues, I know Starlink is probably struggling right now. All that plasma is literally coming towards Earth. So that chart that is showing magnetic field is getting hit right now. That plasma is coming here. Whether that's causing auroras, if you're living in certain areas, we'll get into that. And or of course, everything that's pretty much going on right now with tech issues. So things are definitely getting pretty wild right now. Um, we have another one coming up right now, and another one right underneath it. This one right here is literally facing us. It is a northern hemisphere coronal hole. It is in an Earth-facing position, so this brings a lot of plasma towards us. It's pretty big, and this could definitely cause a lot of issues. And obviously, we do have high solar winds right now. So the sun, we're getting a lot of solar winds right now. Um, we've had some solar flares lately. We are in moderate storm conditions, and looking at the solar flares, one of the oddest things we've had is a very long M-class solar flare. This lasted for, I think it's about a few hours. So that's a very long solar flare period. Um, Pretty strong. It was an M3.38, and very intense. The crazy thing is, it was about 3 hours long, which is pretty unusual because most solar flares let me actually show that, would be like this, where they just spike up and hit down. This one kind of just went up and just maintained, which is just, pretty wild, if you ask me. Not over here. Let's take a look at what else we got going on right now. So we got, of course, all this right here. This one is the magnetic field. This is the Etna radio station right here. And this is, got some intense period of activity. But overall, yeah, things are definitely intense. Not as intense as we've seen. And then, of course, this is down right here. So, in the Garonne station, Garonne, Italy, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, magnetic field is down. Here's the Schumann resonance right here. This chart was also down. Like, everything's literally been down, or there's been just significant data cuts off. I know YouTube has been having some serious issues lately with processing. Like, a lot of videos just aren't getting processed at all. I had to re-upload them, and I'm already having a lot of issues tech-wise. So around hour 14, we didn't have any activity. This happened, and then this big beam of light came in. That was a power 55. That is very intense. And coming in all the way until right about now, we got just a little bit of activity, a lot of integration here. So things are definitely pretty wild right now. It says the maximum X-ray flux was at M1.37. If you can see that, yeah, that makes no sense. I don't see 1.37 here. It's a 3.38, which means the data is just lagging behind. At least that's the assumption I'm going to make right now, because we currently have actually a C5. So yeah, very odd. We don't seem to have any new sunspot regions. I guess the big question is, where did this M class actually come from, right? Like, what region kind of pushed this out? I would make the assumption it was probably 4336. Let's see if we could find out where. How is everyone doing, by the way? I'm hoping everybody's doing good. They don't even specify the region, which is kind of annoying. It was a very long period though, but they do not specify what region, which means they don't know yet, right? Or at least the data is probably lagging behind. That's the assumption I'm going to make here. So overall, of course, that is the sun. So this, and when there's a big coronal hole that's already formed up, two things pop into my mind. Will this stay the same, or will this break apart, or will this get even more intense and chain up with this one right here? I don't know. But those are some of the things that are coming to my mind right now. Because usually when it starts up, it's either going to break away or get even crazier. So this is already alarming. By the way, welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you guys are doing good. But what we have right now is wild. The craziest thing has been the chaining of the coronal holes, where they have sort of chained like and started connecting together more and more periodically throughout the last couple of months, which is pretty wild. And of course, how much it's grown. I mean, this is just insane. I'm really astonished with how much the coronal hole has grown and how much plasma is really leaving the sun right now. It's pretty wild. You know, we do have more coronal holes coming, so this will be something truly interesting to see it unfold. But there's a lot of energy coming in. We had a G2 yesterday, if you didn't know. Currently, we're out of a geomagnetic storm. How is everyone doing? I'm super appreciative for everyone, being here in the stream. Truly grateful for everyone who's been showing up and showing support. I just made a new video. It was like a few minutes long. It's all I could do with all the tech issues and whatnot. I'm doing the best I can. Um, boy, oh boy. So let me talk about Xfinity, all right? Let me blow off some steam about this, right? Because I feel like Xfinity. I mean, I don't know who's worse these days. I feel like all these companies, like, based on what I hear and based on what I see, I feel like all these um, tech companies, they just suck, honestly. Like the customer service from Xfinity is just something else, you know. And on top of that, of course, like the amount of issues you experience with Xfinity is disgusting. The prices, the amount of scammers that literally work with Xfinity. I don't know what's worse, the amount of scammers they have, or just how bad it is. Once a company, they're what do you want to say, like once you're sitting on a bunch of cash, it's like they change, right? Like some companies are just like that. That's a company that really doesn't change. Like they have stayed in their shady ways for way too long. Off topic, but I mean, a lot of people don't like him. I hope everybody's been doing good, by the way. Remember, money doesn't change; it only amplifies that person. So, like, if you're someone who you see someone get money and all of a sudden they change and they don't really care about anyone and this and that, it really just in my opinion, it really just amplifies who they are. It's not really changing anyone. And when you see someone change so much, it kind of makes you question, like, when they change into like a completely different person, right? Like if you're cool with them, they're nice to you, and then all of a sudden they just like they make money, they just don't even acknowledge you anymore. They don't even talk to you. They don't even care, right? It just shows you how much they never really cared about you. It's kind of interesting. It's not money. It's just a person. We kind of live in a system where everybody is trying to. Everybody's like working their way up to make a bunch of money. Everybody's like working so hard to make money. Everybody's trying to make money, and then there's just wealthy people out there that are working together, trust each other, and they're on top. And everybody and a lot of people are just so busy, so distracted, and constantly consuming endless entertainment. They're working whatever job, and that's it. They're not living to their fullest potential, and that's kind of how this system really is. That's why I tell people, and that's what I've been working on myself. It has been just straight up. Um, it's all about simplicity. This is literally it. I don't want cable, right? I don't need none of these. I don't need a bunch of subscriptions, right? Like subscriptions, like music, this music, that music, Peacock, this, that, everything. We don't need that. Like the goal is to really just limit and live it simple, because I feel like everybody is trying to get more and more. Everybody's trying to consume so much, and everybody wants a lot. Everybody's, they really want. But in reality, you don't need more. You don't need anything. You don't need none of this entertainment, none of these things that are outside of you. You need everything that's within. And when we really just ignore everything from within, and it's an everyday thing everybody's dealing with, they don't even realize it. They're just constantly consuming out of themselves, basically, and ignoring from within. And yeah. Then you have people that are, then they end up like getting like sad, and then they end up having like a lot of emotions, and then depression and all these things because they want the toys, they want the nice cars, they want all this, when in reality they just want to be happy. I mean, if everybody was crying in a Lamborghini, like if you saw every rich person crying in a Lamborghini, I don't think you'd buy one, right? Like that's not really selling it, right? Like you see people super duper happy. This program, which there's a lot of them, there's a lot of programs, program people to, you know, to see that, oh, they're happy with this, they're happy with that. And the truth is, I feel like it's caused a lot of problems because it makes people feel like they're missing out and they don't have anything, and it kind of tricks people to think that that's what you really want. But in reality, a Lamborghini isn't what you want. It's really the happiness. It's having the right person in your life. It's being happy. It's being healthy. It all starts with you. It all starts from within. So I hope that helps you guys out a little bit, because it's not about what's out there. It's not about the Lamborghini. It's not about the money. It's all about within. Really appreciate it for everyone who showed up in this stream. I hope you guys hit the like button. Hope you guys hit the subscribe button, because we definitely went. We went. We did pretty good today. So hopefully that helped out some people. And yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time.